By the way, folks, if you've seen the video that came out at 4, it was celebrating the fact that we did 1,000 subscribers. And again, if you've not seen it, thank you very much, every single one of you. I mean it more than you can ever know. I really, really do. I'm really pleased, I'm really happy, but more importantly, I'm really humbled by it all. I really am. But just let me say this, I meant to say it earlier and didn't do. As of now, I set this channel up, and one daughter of mine, it says it in the intro video, if any of you have seen it, that one daughter helped me set the channel up because I'm the biggest technophobe in the world. I couldn't do it, didn't know what I was doing. I'm absolutely rubbish. As this channel shows, that's why it's got no music, no editing, no graphics, because I'm absolutely thick. I really am. I'm not in other ways, but I am technically. I'm just not with it. Probably lazy as much as anything else. So my wife and my other kids knew nothing about it. None of my pals knew anything about it. Nobody knew anything about it. A few know now, but only a few. But just to give you an idea, my wife hasn't passed this channel on to any of her friends or relations. Neither has two of my children. And the other child that set it up with me, a couple of her husband's friends knew about it. That was it. I've only actually mentioned it to two people that I know, two friends. One has definitely subscribed, I think, along with his wife. The other one I don't think has. But I only told him about it in passing. So normally you set up any kind of channel and you tell all your friends, all your relations, all your neighbours, and they pass it on to one another. They might not keep watching it, but they're subscribed and it helps your numbers. I've had no help at all. I've not asked for help. I've just wanted it to grow of its own accord. I mean, there was times in the first 2 and 3 weeks I'd get 3 or 4 people watching a video. I'd put 6 or 8 videos out a day. I get that now and again with videos, but certain videos get a good few more, as in the hundreds, depending on what the subject is. But because YouTube wasn't pushing it and nobody knew who I was and knew about it, it was weird. The first time anybody knew about the channel, a friend of mine said, "You're on YouTube." I said, "How do you know that?" He said, "Such and such a body's just come across you, who you used to know, and he's seen it." He said, "Is that Dave on YouTube?" This was like 2 months after the channel had been running. So nobody knows at all. You know, I've got, I know people who have YouTube channels. I've got one that I'm friendly with. I've mentioned him a few times on here. He's never pushed my channel. I've never asked him to, but he's never done it. There's somebody else that I know that has a YouTube channel. I've spoken to him on a couple of occasions. Again, he's never pushed my channel. I won't stop anybody doing it. I'd have welcomed anybody doing it because it can bring more subscribers. But I would never ask anybody, and they've not done it. All these other YouTubers, ones that I know, they help one another, promote one another, get their followers to go with them and their followers with them, and so on and so forth. I've not done that. And the reason I've not done that is I do just want it to grow, where people fall across it, see it, and like what they see. Or they like what they see and tell others that they know, who I don't know, people I don't know, "Come and have a look at this guy. He's a bit of a fool. He's not much to look at." You know, I keep mentioning the circles, the bags. They're not great teeth, but I brush him all the time. I keep saying that. I do. He often doesn't shave. He sometimes looks a mess. But he's alright. And that's how I want it to grow. I want it to grow just by word of mouth and people falling across it on their YouTube. And so far, that's what it's done. So I'm going to push harder come the new year. But so far, that's what it's done. And I'm really pleased. And honestly, again, thank you to everyone. What I will say is we've had some days of late where there's been very little to report and not a lot to say. And I've said this on a few occasions, I'll say it again. If anybody that follows the channel or that watches and doesn't subscribe got any subject they'd like me to cover, like an opinion on, even if it's something that you know I'm going to go against your opinion on, tell me. Put it in the comments to any single video. What do you think of this, Grumpy? What do you think of that? And I'll give you the view. You probably won't like it, but I'll give you the view, and we might have a laugh with it. Because if it's certain people, I can just go off the deep end on certain people. If it's one of them people I don't like, oh my God, I can give it to them good style. There's no doubt about that. So as I say, any subject you'd like us to cover, anything that's happened in your day-to-day life, your normal life, anything that's unusual or strange or rare, or any occurrence you'd like just to tell me about, air it, get it in the comment section and we'll have a look at it. And if we can do anything with it, absolutely grand. Bit more material. If we can't, we can't. All I will ask is, if you give me any material and I don't want to use it, don't be offended. If you give me material and I use it and you don't like what I say, don't be offended. Just tell me how out of order I am and how wide of the mark. I absolutely welcome debate. If you think I'm wrong, tell me. Don't tell me I'm good just because you follow the channel and because you don't want to hurt my feelings. My feelings have been hurt many times over the years. But I can cope. I'm still here, as I say. Broad shoulders, thick skin, nothing worries me. So, don't let anything you say to me potentially worry you. Honestly, I don't want to upset you in any way, shape or form, or upset your life. I might say things you don't agree with, but I don't want to upset you. See ya. Thanks for watching anyway.